You sitting on the couch, Ashy, you're watching TV and your life is passing you by. Keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll get my skin together next year or maybe next semester. No! Do it right now! It'll work with you after work or you can use it before work. You can do whatever you need to do to use it. Go talk to somebody right now. They have to help you. You spend all day on the phone anyhow. Why don't you go to the website that's going to help you in your future? All you got to do is pick up the phone and go to www.ashkickin.com. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
Shop Ash Kickin online at www.ashkickin.
Do you feel stressed out about your hair problems? Break free. Welcome to upcare.com, where your hair's beauty and health always come first. Looking to add a little volume? Our hair extensions, made from the highest quality materials, give you a stunning new look without adversely affecting your natural hair. Come join us at upcare.com and let's make hair magic together. Your journey to stunning healthy hair starts here.
"45 back to 23 men's bedroom energy. It really works. Believe me, this will be the best money you've ever spent. All natural, ancient formula for improved bedroom performance. Thank me later. Stop searching for solutions. This is it. It really works. All natural herbs and plants. Increase your potency and bedroom experience. Light the fire. Increase the desire. Life-changing. Relationship saver."
From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend, enriched with this legendary root, offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier cultural choice.
That's right, rootworkstyle.com. What's going on, y'all? I'm here. I'm very late, but I'm here. Yeah, I wasn't going to leave y'all hanging. I am in here. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with you? Glad to have you all tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Let everybody know that we're live right now. Let everybody know that we're up, live, chopping up game as we always do. I'm going to need everybody to share the link to the broadcast right now on your Twitter. If you can do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Just waiting on everybody to pop on in the room because I know people have been waiting, but I'm here. I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, locked and loaded, chilling and able. Oh yeah, I got my sweatsuit on, you know, chilling. That's how old players do. We just rock the sweatsuits. Man, but we're here. We're here, first of all, before we get started. And you know what I'm going to do later? I'm going to take some calls later. I haven't taken calls in a long time. I have not taken calls in a long time. I'm going to take some calls a little bit later, ladies and gentlemen, just to hear from the family, to hear what's on your mind. Got to hear what's on your mind. First of all, I got to thank everybody who came down to the Hidden History Museum last night for the 1-year anniversary. We've been open for 1 year. The most poppin' spot in town right now. The Hidden History Museum is poppin'. When we have our events, it is poppin', poppin', poppin'. We had a phenomenal time last night. Shout out to all of you guys who came through. Well, it was a packed house. We were jam-packed in there. The caterer was Grill Fresh. Shout out to Grill Fresh, Black-owned spot on Slauson. That food went real quickly. the food went real quick. They were tearing that food up. Shout out to my brother Mac, my player partner. He brought a bunch of those bean pies in. Those bean pies that were very delicious. Everybody was grubbing on. Shout out to Mac. And shout out to his brother Ruben for coming through, representing. The comedians were phenomenal. Very funny. Shout out to Dwan B, killing the game. Yeah, the comedy was great, man. The last guy, Mario, that brother was hilarious. I'm telling you, man, it's popping, man. If you guys don't know what y'all missing. Shout out to some of the folks who came in from out of town. There were some people who came from Baltimore who came in last night. Some people from Atlanta. Some people who came in from Chicago. My homegirl Strella. Shout out to Strella. I know Strella's in here somewhere. She came all the way from New York. You dig? Let me show y'all a couple of clips real quick just to show y'all some of the fun we had and the festivities. Let me, where we at? Here we go. I'll show a little clip here. All right. So that's just me doing a little walkthrough earlier in the night. Shout out to the family. Just doing a little walkthrough. Shouting everybody out right here. The beautiful people, just beautiful black folks. Beautiful black folks in the house, man. Chilling. Everybody's looking phenomenal. The vibe is phenomenal. Yeah. That's Mac right there. That's the part of Mac. So yeah, the vibe, it was a great vibe. Shout out to Tachina Arnold. Shout out to the lovely Miss Tachina Arnold came through. Representing, very lovely sister. Very, very lovely sister. On code. That's our beautiful, wonderful FBA sister. Where's that picture with me and Dwan and the rest of the comics? So that's brother Dwan B doing his thing up there. And this is me and some of the comics that were up. Hold on, let me do that. So it's a vibe, man. It's a real vibe up there. Hold on, I'm just trying to show that. All right, so man, there it is. There it is. So, again, man, we had a great time last night. Man, it was fun. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. Y'all got to come through. Y'all got to come through. Say, do tethers visit? No, because the people who are non-FBA, they're not tethers. See, the tethers are the ones who are against us. There are a lot of non-FBA people who come through, and I hire some of them. If y'all notice, those who came last night, my security, they were some African brothers. I had some African brothers doing security I hired. You know? So no, we're still, as long as we're doing good business and there's respect there, you're not a tether. Those African brothers were on top of it. Give me your ID, nigga. Are you 21 or older? They were on people's cases. I like it. They're doing their job. The security was phenomenal last night. You know, every time people wanted to, they didn't just let people walk in my office. Sometimes I have security and, you know, sometimes the security be a little laxed. And they'll let people just kind of talk themselves into my office. No, you make an announcement. There's a nigga here to see you. Who? Is OG Jimmy Franklin? Okay, yeah, let him in. So the security was off the chain. Security was good. And my staff is good. My staff is phenomenal. Shout out to the staff. My staff is absolutely phenomenal, man. The staff is great. So we had fun last night, man. Y'all got to come on through. It's a great networking thing. I'm always networking with folks. You know, I be seeing y'all in there hooking up. I see love connections in there because the ladies be coming through with the nigga catching dresses on, and you know, y'all go in and catch you a little something, you know. But it was a vibe. So the next event will probably be either next month or April. We'll do another event. Trying to get some things together. And also, we're going to do a premiere for the Microphone Check movie there. We're going to do a premiere there. Then we're going to have the showings at the movie theaters. But we're going to do a very special VIP presentation at the museum of microphone check. Now that's going to be a hard ticket to get because that's going to be hella in demand. So that's going to be a big deal. So that's going to be coming up pretty soon because we're done with the movie. I was talking about this last night. We're pretty much done with microphone check. Only thing we're doing right now, we got the lawyers watching it because the movie is insured. We got to get the movie insured because this is a different vibe here. We're talking about people who are alive. So this one, it's already controversial. So we're making sure everything is cool. We're getting that errors and omission insurance knocked out right now. You dig? So ain't no funny business going to be popping off later on. All right? Because this is going to 100% be a very controversial film. So we're getting the film insured. It's a whole thing we got to go through. And the lawyers got to look at everything and make sure the copyrights and, you got to make sure the trademark and copyright stuff is in order and everything is fair use. And the lawyers got to sign off on it. And I'm telling you, this thing is going to be a monster. So we're getting everything together. So yeah, the film is done. We're just doing the lawyer thing right now. They're just signing off on everything, making sure that everything that we talked about in the film is falling under fair use and all of the B-roll footage. And because we're using music, we're playing different clips from copyrighted music, but it has to fall under fair use. So that type of stuff, because we got little James Brown here and break beats here. So it's a different thing from some of the other films because we're talking about a music and cultural genre, you dig? And plus, I don't want no people, whose butt hurt to try to get frivolous on some BS. So yeah, we're doing things right, but I can't wait for y'all to see it. It's coming. I cannot wait for y'all to see the movie, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into the main topic, and shout out to everybody coming in the room. We got everybody coming in the room. Let everybody know that we're live on your social media. Got to give an RIP, man, to Michigan legend Eric Mays. Our brother Eric Mays out of Michigan, who's a Michigan city council member out there in Flint. And that brother was very controversial because he would give people the business. That brother was no nonsense. He would clown people in these meetings, clown the white people, clown everybody. That was an OG player right there, Mr. Eric Mays. And he passed. I don't know why he passed. Family, have y'all heard what the cause of death was? Because how old was Eric Mays? Wasn't that old. Was he like early 60s? Yeah, what was the cause of death? Yeah? Because, yeah, that's interesting because they didn't like that brother. Boy, they really didn't like that dude. Because he was shaking it up out there. He was calling out the powers that be. Yeah? That dude stood on all types of business. He didn't let them folks talk to him. He was 65. Okay, it was a heart attack. Okay. He didn't let them folks talk to him any kind of way. Let me show y'all some of Eric Mays' greatest hits. Let me play some clips because there's several compilations of our brother doing this thing, checking people. So let me show y'all a compilation of Mr. Eric Mays, Councilman Eric Mays, checking people for trying to check him. You're like, who gonna check me, boo? You're not gonna check me. Now hold on. Let me play some of this. Hold on.
If we have to follow the rules, can't you get the fool on the end of the counter to follow the rules too?
Mr. President, looked like he was pointing at me, but hey, look, every time he hollered and called me a fool and then standing there, I want him out of here now. I want him out. You've been born, I want you out. You a fool. That's why you should be foolishly walk out of here right now. Get him out of here. But I shouldn't be told in a public meeting. Well, you're right, we ain't in grade school. Finish up, sum up. I shouldn't be letting knuckleheads who don't understand the rules talk.
Councilman Mays, that's a derogatory remark.
And purposely meant getting him off of here because he was protecting his reputation. She out of order talking when I'm talking. If she want to say point of order, I'll stop. But for her to be saying and talking when I'm talking, and for you to uphold that, y'all both wrong. Check her. Let me have this flow. That's how it works. She's saying she is talking to me and Newsom. I stand agree.
Councilman Mays, you didn't. You have to state the rules and the rules.
Okay.
Councilman Mays.
When it's my turn to speak, let me know, because y'all must be deaf.
Talk about harassment.
Excuse me, but I've been through a lot. And for someone to minimize actual real harassment and calling people stupid and shut up.
But he's so ignorant towards me that he seems like forever. Did nobody interrupt nobody. And I'm getting tired of it. I mean, where do they think they can get off at? It's so disturbed. Point of order. And if he keep on, just have Mr. Metcalf deal with it. I wouldn't deal with these clowns if I'm the chair.
Go ahead.
Because I'm going to call them clowns.
I don't want to stay till the cows come
Mr. President, can you ask him to leave? You ain't got to sit here, man. Go on over there to the 8th Ward to your bed and breakfast, which is illegal in my mind. Make a referral to shut that bed and breakfast down. A home business in a residential area. I'd like to make a referral to the governmental ops to see if we can get an inspector to shut that bed and breakfast down. You was too busy writing, in my opinion, an illegal letter with Kate Fields and Worthing. You want me to pull it out to the Attorney General? Talking about y'all want a meeting with Dana Nessel and the governor. And they ain't gave you a meeting yet. Trying to get some folks in trouble. Now, this is no joke with Councilman Mays.
Shout out to Mays. Used to be on these people's bumpers, man. So that's Eric. I can listen to Eric Mays all day. That brother would chew these folks out all the time. We even had to do Eric Mays in the Bucci Bear episode. We had to commemorate Eric Mays in an episode of Bucci Bear. Hold on. Man, we had to give him his flowers in Bucci Bear in the latest episode in Poison Jollof. Remember, if you've seen it, and you can watch it on this channel. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Prosecution, would you like to bring a witness to the stand?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call a Mr. Eric Mays to the stand. Now, Mr. Mays, we do understand that you are a hostile witness.
Yes, I'm hostile. I was just trying to enjoy my banana pudding at a senior citizens brunch at the Black History Museum. I didn't know I was going to be involved in some damn case about a big booty bow. Hold up a minute, Mr. Mays. You're out of order. You out of order. That bear's out of order. That ugly man sitting over there with that red hat and that pineapple-shaped head is out of order. Ew. Is that how you do? Mr. Mays, if you engage in another outburst like that, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court. Do I make myself clear? Yes, you do. That's it. Contempt of court. Contempt of court.
There you go. Commemorating the legendary Mr. Eric Mays. Giving props to that brother. Y'all gotta see the latest episode of Bucci Bear. Y'all gotta see that. And I'm writing another one because it's election season right now. And it's some of the ideas I gotta the thing about Bucci Bear, the cartoon, I don't want to make it vulgar. That's the thing. I don't want it to be vulgar. But I want to have there's a scene where Percy Earle's about to smash Kamala Harris. And I'm like, oh, I can't put that in there. That's too much. I was going to have a scene where Percy Earle, Kamala Harris is campaigning for votes, and she was going to let Percy Earle smash. I said, that's gonna be too much. That's too much. Now I don't want to be, that's going to just seep into vulgarity. I don't want to add that. But yeah, it's so much material out here right now. You know what, man, we should have at the museum, we should have another Coon Train Award. Yeah? Like we did years ago. We've never had another one. We had one years ago that was off the chain. We should have one at the museum, another Coon Train Award. But there's so many nominees that can be put on here. Yeah. Man. But I digress. But we're in the building. We're in the house. Everybody's in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Now, remember, later on in the broadcast, I'm going to take some calls from the family. Haven't taken calls in a minute. But I'm going to take some calls from the family. Shout out to my mods in here. Shout out to More Melanin. Shout out to Sister D. Tubman in here. Shout out to everybody in here. Now listen, family. Right now, as we know, there's a major movement, the Foundation of Black Americans, defining our culture, staking our territorial claim to this land here. We are showing pride in our foundational Black American lineage. And the dominant society, they weren't expecting that because we're getting on code around our lineage. We're recognizing our Mojara spirit. We're focused on centering ourselves around that spirit of Mojara and our foundational Black American culture. And when you define your culture and you define what your culture means, see, that's a step to power. When you can name and define certain things and you start calling the shots, those are the first steps of real power. So the dominant society, they're looking at this like, okay, we got to do something to thwart this. So now we're seeing a lot of this Blaxit propaganda, the whole back to Africa propaganda, especially around election season. Because, see, we're asking and demanding tangibles from our elected officials. We're saying, hey, we don't want to do the kumbaya thing. We need something as far as foundational Black Americans, as far as our lineage. We're going to need something tangible. We're not doing the whole symbolic gesture thing. They're not used to that. So they're doing the whole thing where, hey, man, are you tired of racism? Boy, that Africa's looking real good. I mean, forget about reparations. Your reparations going back home to Africa, right? So now they're putting out these propaganda pieces that Black people are leaving America in droves to get away from racism. Okay? This is propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the New York Times. The New York Times put this article out right here. I haven't even read it because I already know the propaganda. Blaxit, tired of racism, Black Americans try life in Africa. Black people make up 14% of the population. Many of them are wondering what it would be like to be part of a majority. All right. Since moving to Zanzibar, Mark and Marlene Bradley, they've been embracing island life and by taking it slow. Boy, this is propaganda. Yeah, man, they've escaped the racism. Jessica Washington lives in a 6-bedroom house on a hill with avocado trees and a spectacular view. Not far from the rabbit farm she runs for less than $50,000. Shoshana Kira Zaraba and her husband built a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house on family farmland with goats, turkeys, and about 1,000 chickens. Boy, they're selling it. All of them are Black Americans who found their new homes in Africa. They are enjoying the substantially lower cost of living and, more importantly, the absence of racism and discrimination that they experienced in the United States. Man, boy, this is propaganda. This is like, hey, blacks, why do you want reparations from us with all of our racism? Yeah, there's a lot of racism over here. Yeah, we deny it all the time. But yeah, why don't you flee like the Tethers flee here? Go over there to Africa. There's no racism. You get to be around a majority of blacks. You get a 6-bedroom house for $50,000. Wow. Man, don't you want to go to the motherland? See, that's the propaganda. No, that ain't it. We're not fleeing. Listen, my thing is with Africa, I believe in, if we want to get global and go to some other nations and do business and get some secondary land and property, I'm all for that. But truth be told, over there in those African countries, and I've said this a million times, if you're not bringing a bag over there to them, they ain't checking for you. You have to go over there as foundational Black Americans with a bag to help stimulate their economy. You have to come with something. You have to stimulate their economy. You got to come there with a bag. You got to be papered up to a certain degree. Okay? And truth be told, what's going on over there, a lot of Black people are getting a lot of hostile treatment who's living there. Over there in Gambia, it's some stuff going on over there where sisters are turning up unalived over and over again. So it's a problem over there. They're really trying to sell the Wakanda thing. You understand? They're not telling you about some of these janky business deals that's going on over there. Now, yeah, if they're doing some dual citizenship and giving some land, hey, holla at me when they're doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that at all. And we're good. Y'all not going to sell us the Wakanda thing because over there, they're still dealing with white supremacy as well. The reason why those nation states are in economic shambles is because the European Western powers still control their economy, especially in some of those countries that were French dominated, and even the ones that were British dominated as well. Especially the ones that were French. Senegal and those places, the French government still directly controls their economy. You understand? And the puppet leaders are put in place by the white Western powers. The white Western powers put all types of sanctions on some of those African nations. So they're still controlled by white supremacy. You're not escaping racism. You're still dealing with white supremacy over there. When you go there, you're dealing with nation states that were carved out by the white supremacists. They created those new nation states over there. So the remnants of that colonization is still there. Yeah? And that tribal, and that tribal thing over there, no, it's not like you're dealing with a whole bunch of Black people who are on code. Yeah, you're the majority over in Africa, but everybody's off code. This is why understanding codification is very important. Having, how many people are in Africa? What is it, 1 billion people? How many people are in Africa? Having a continent full of Black people who are off code, it's easy for them to get dominated by the minority group who are on code, which are the white supremacists. When the white supremacists get over there, no matter what part of Europe they're from, when they encounter other white people there, they're on code with those people. They are on code. That's why they can walk in there and dominate everybody as a minority. You see? Major off-code behavior between the Black people. Because I see, you know what I see in South Africa a lot? I see other migrant groups coming in from different parts of Africa, other Black people migrating into South Africa, and they start beating them down. I see videos where some of these Nigerian migrants and other people who migrate over there to South Africa, some of the Black people there start beating them down in the streets But you don't see that same energy for the Boers and the Afrikaners. They're not doing that to them, even though there's a lot of propaganda that the Boer farmers are getting attacked, which they're not. They're not doing anything to those folks. Those Afrikaners and Boers, they're pretty safe over there. Ain't nobody touching them. They're not touching a hair on those people's heads over there. The white supremacists live lovely over there in South Africa. You see, let's keep it real. Yeah? Yeah, the beatdowns are reserved for other black folks. But the colonizers, they come in and they're untouched. There's 1.4 billion people in Africa, all off code. I didn't see Minister Farrakhan's speech today. Shout out to Minister Farrakhan. But I saw some people were quoting something, and he said something to the effect, I just saw the quotes, of Israel lay off black Americans, because a lot of the people from Israel and Palestine are, hold on. A lot of the people from Israel and Palestine are trying to drag black people in the conflict. They're trying to shame us into going along with the conflict. So I got to see the context in which our brother Minister Farrakhan was talking about that. But he said Israel needs to leave black Americans alone. Stop trying to drag us into your business. Okay? But yeah, I got to hear it. But shout out to the great minister. Shout out to the minister. But like I said, man, again, in Africa, we're not hating on anybody. We got love for brothers and sisters in Africa, from Africa. We got love. The ones who show respect, we got love and respect. But we got to understand that the off-code behavior, that's a detriment. And that's because of these tribal differences. See, over in Africa, in order for them to get it together, those tribal differences, they got to put those by the wayside. And everybody get on code under one accord. You got 1.4 billion people over there, and you're allowing yourself to be dominated by minority groups who play upon the fact that you're not on code. And when I've said this many times about people over there with those tribal differences, and some of the African brothers and sisters will say to me, well, no, nigga, our tribes are for ancient lineage. No, it ain't. Okay, let me talk to my African brothers and sisters. Your tribes aren't even that old. All right? Those tribes that y'all have are not as old as y'all say they are. They're not that old. You dig? They're not that old. These are not old tribes. Most of these tribes were kind of thrown together relatively recently in the 19th century. A lot of those tribes were just thrown together. Some of the words might be a few centuries years old, some of the names, but some of those names are an amalgamation of other names. But these are not old tribes like that. These are not old tribes. They're really not, for you to be holding on to them at your detriment. You dig? You're holding on to these old tribes to your detriment. These tribes who are not really that old. Yeah? You're holding on to these tribal cultural practices, which are not really that significant, to be honest. Which are not that significant. And y'all need to get the hell on code, so that you can get your military power up. You better understand what's going on over there. That's been the problem for centuries. And I talked about this the other day. The problem is dealing with white supremacy. The white supremacists themselves, they can be taken care of. We can handle the white supremacist problem. We really can. The problem is the Sambo collaborator class, who always undermines us because they're in love with white mommy, white daddy. That's been the problem for years. The black aboriginals over here, the black people in Africa, some of the aboriginal tribes here, it was some of the red tribes that were selling them out. When the Yamasee War was going on, and you had these black natives fighting these European colonizers, the Yamasee, they were actually winning at first, but it was those red natives, they went and got them to turn on the Yamasee, and that's how they got caught up. You dig? That's how they got caught up. Heavy stuff out here. So it's that Sambo collaborator class. So that's why, family, notice when we're talking about reparations and we're pushing this reparations conversation real heavy, real deep. And notice all the Sambos who come out talking against reparations. It's always somebody who will sit around us and right at the last minute, they jump up, hey, we don't need no reparation. We need to leave these white people alone. That person always jumps up. Luckily, we've been playing past these people. Luckily, we haven't let those people thwart what we're trying to do because we're starting to identify many of the people who have that kind of disposition, and usually they're tethers. And see, that's another thing, see, the white supremacists didn't expect. See, we self-policed. We started getting on code and started checking the people who were off code and looking at their off code DNA makeup. And we noticed that a lot of the off code behavior is coming from tethers. Yeah, we have some domestic Sambos, but a lot of the off code behavior, we start looking in people's backgrounds. So that says a lot about them. And they immediately get dismissed because there's always somebody who's foreign or come from a foreign lineage telling us what we should and should not be getting. And we're saying, no, you're not at liberty to speak on what we're getting or what we shouldn't get. We're not going to do that. Yeah? You see? Somebody said they never get notifications of the live. Hit the bell notification so when I go live, you hit that bell notification so that you can get notified. Yeah, you saw people at the California reparations thing. It was full of ops, man. You had so many ops up there deliberately trying to disrupt that thing. Man, that thing was full of ops. And shout out to the brothers and sisters who were playing past that. Shout out to them who were playing past it. Yeah? But the thing is, that Sambo collaborator class, that's a problem. That's why the other day I did a live and somebody brought up violence. Black on black gun violence, and gun violence is bad. And what are we going to do about gun violence? Oh God, gun violence in the black community, gun violence, gun violence. Listen, let me tell you something. Sometimes ain't nothing wrong with gun violence. All right? I want y'all to be clear on something. Sometimes ain't a damn thing wrong with gun violence. All right? Let's be clear. Gun violence ain't always a bad thing. Sometimes you need some gun violence to regulate. I don't mean just gun violence all willy-nilly where innocent people are being harmed. I ain't saying that. The thing is, we as black people, we don't have any protection. Let's just stop and be real for a minute. Let's, because I'm talking from a street perspective and from what we call a square perspective. You see what I'm saying? We, as black people in the Americas, we have zero protection from law enforcement. They don't protect us. That's why crime goes on in the community. Crime is allowed to go on in the community. Listen to what I'm saying to you, family. The criminal class, they're allowed to run amok. We don't have the resources to form institutionalized police agencies. This is why we need reparations. Law enforcement don't do anything to help us. When we say, hey, man, there's some suspicious niggas running around here. I mean, shit. I would like for you to come in and do something about it, law enforcement. Because if I do something, if I protect myself from this shady nigga who's walking around the neighborhood, casing people's houses, if I do something about it, then I become a criminal. You see? You see what I'm saying? So when we try to police our communities ourselves, we end up becoming part of the criminal class, and the community needs to be policed because law enforcement allows some riffraff, janky Negroes to run amok in the community, and that's by design. Janky, jive-ass, BS dudes and janky hood rats, they're allowed to run amok and terrorize the community. Go look at that movie, Who Cloned Tyrone? That was a very deep movie. They have a lot of these, what I call cloned Negroes, just like that movie. They let every riffraff, dusty bum run around to the, almost like they're cloning them. They're allowing them to keep the community destabilized. So when an upstanding black person says, hey, damn, let's get these niggas up out of here. Hey, man, we might have to get something on this dude. We got terrorists running around here. We might have to neutralize the threat. And then that makes you, by definition, you become part of the criminal class, and that's black on black crime. So we have to reimagine how we look at this thing. We have to reimagine how we look at it. We're just policing some of the communities like it should be policed, but unfortunately we get labeled as criminals. This is why we need reparations so that we can set things up like the Native American tribes. They get to police their own community. They get the federal dollars to set up their own police agencies, so you don't have the outside race soldiers coming in who's doing these initiation rituals by shooting random innocent black people. See, we don't want innocent black people to get harmed. You know? Right. The police, by definition, they're not legally bound to help you. Anybody. Let me be very clear. The police, they're not legally obligated to help you. There's been several cases about this. I talked about this before, where the law enforcement, they've been taken to the Supreme Court and everything, and there were major cases where the police saw a crime happen and didn't do anything. They're not legally obligated to do anything. They kind of pick and choose what they're going to so-called police. So this is why we need our own enforcement agencies. A lot of folks don't know that. And because they know that they're not obligated to thwart crime, the black community, we don't get any type of police help. Think about it. Our community, the black community, we get monitored. Basically, they watch the black community to keep it contained. They just make sure the crime stays within certain parameters. All right? That's what law enforcement does. They just make sure that the crime that Negroes are doing doesn't spill out anywhere else. That's all they do. Because in the hood, all of the crime spots are well known. And they've been well known for years. You know what street to go to get a brick or to get you some work. In every community, you know there's a designated street or area you go to in order to get some work. There's a designated street you go to. That's the track. That's the whole stroll. You know, up in the Bay International, you know, Figueroa, you know, down in Atlanta. I don't know where it was. I know it was, where was it? I know Camilton Road, that was a spot for a minute. So every city, you know where to go to engage in criminality. It's been that way for years. For years, it's been that way. Every crime avenue, you can go there. You know what it is. And if you know, the police know. They know where it is. They know where you can go cop a gun. You can go to certain streets in LA to get guns, get whatever. Yeah? So everybody knows the criminal spots to go to in order to engage in criminality the red light district, yeah, you know where to go. And law enforcement knows this too. But the thing is, they want it contained. They want it contained in that area. They got to have it contained in that area. Long as you don't veer out into a suburban area, the minute you get into a suburban area or wherever, then they pull up on you. It's all about containing the criminal element. So we have to have a mechanism in place to stomp down on it and stomp it out. And unfortunately, many of us in Black society, we have to get into vigilantism to a certain degree. Because a lot of times when somebody is shot, sometimes it's a good reason why that person is shot. All right? Because a lot of times people are engaging in street business. And when you engage in street business, the rules of the game are different. You're not looking at it from a square perspective, because we try to look at it from a church-going square perspective. We got to understand sometimes when cats out here getting clipped, you know, they done did something that they weren't supposed to do. They were out here engaging in some street business, and they were not supposed to be doing what they're doing, and the streets regulate real fast. Street business is really, really different business, and they regulate because they understand that you cannot get in touch with law enforcement to enforce street business between two street entities. So there's going to be some enforcement going on. So I want you to understand, the minute you touch street business, you put a target on your back. You step into a world where you know what the consequences are. When you step into that street game and you get into that underworld, gunplay comes with that package. You understand? So we can't do the woe's me thing. That's why I'm like, hey, sometimes gun violence is necessary, especially when you're doing some damn street business. The name of the game, if you don't want no gun violence, get up out that street shit. You shouldn't even be in it, because you got to be built like that. And truth be told, if you get into that street game, you better be down to clip somebody. Unfortunately, when you get in that street business, you're going to have to be down to clip somebody. Sooner or later, it's going to happen if you don't get the hell up out the game. You're going to have to get up out the game before that happens, because if you're in the game long enough, somebody's going to try to cap you, no matter how long you've been in it, because you might grow up in an era where there's a lot of respect with the people you deal with. But you got to understand, if you're in it for a long time, there's a new generation of niggas coming up. And they don't know about your old rep. And the new niggas are going to test you, because they don't know. And them new niggas, they come in the game with guns blazing. All they know is shoot them up. They don't care about your rep. So you have to start stomping down heavy for the new recruits to kind of get them right. And then it gets into a dangerous situation, man. That's why you want to, if you get in the game, you get in and you get out. The name of the game is to learn what you need to learn, and then flip that into a legitimate trajectory. You don't want to have to learn the hard way. Now, and I'm not saying people who get hit by strays, because that happens sometimes too. You get knuckleheads out here who ain't really on no street shit, and who just start shooting them up just on some goofball nonsense, and then innocent people get hit. That's something else. That's some other dumb shit that nobody co-signs that. But I'm talking about a lot of the street business that go on, a lot of the shootings that go on, a lot of it is directly related to some street business. And in the street game, you're going to have to be down to regulate. You dig? Or you're going to get regulated. A lot of these cats are very, very reckless in the streets right now. You see? And that's another thing, man. The disrespect some of these cats who don't know the disrespect. These new cats, they come in disrespecting sometimes. You dig? And then you have to stomp down on them. And that's in any entity, man. Anything you do, even in the square world, you see a lot of the younger cats coming in the game being disrespectful. You did? Because they didn't grow up around no G's. A lot of these dudes grew up around their mama, their grandma, other hood rats. So they come in the game with that hood rat aesthetic, that disposition of a hood rat. They act like male lesbians. So they come in emotional, trying to get attention, making the game hot, doing dumbass shit that's gonna really get unnecessary eyeballs on the game. You dig? So that has to be regulated, and that happens in the square world too. Have y'all seen the video clip, and I'm not going to play it, of Cam Newton, our athlete brother Cam Newton, getting into an altercation? Some guys look like they tried to jump him. And Cam Newton has always done things for the community. He goes out here and tries to mentor cats, and I see these different videos of these dudes being, these little young cats being real disrespectful to Cam Newton. A lot of these dudes are being real disrespectful to the brother. You dig? And so he's down here, I think he's in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta, then a fight broke out and somebody tried to sucker punch him. He was handling a couple of cats. He had a couple of cats hemmed up. And they keep talking about the crew who did it. It's YSP something, and don't nobody know who this crew is. They keep naming this crew. And nobody knows who this crew is. Yeah? This is the second time somebody tried to jump bad at him. I'm glad he's all right. But he was handling them. He was handling these dudes. But this is what I'm saying, man. We got some of these new cats up here. Yeah, he does free camps. Okay. Now, who is TSB? Who is TSB? The TSB crew. Who are they? Because some of these blogs are mentioning them, but everybody in the comments are like, who are they? And why were they trying to jump bad at him? Well, you got to keep your head on a swivel, unfortunately, because you got a lot of people. Yeah? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people who see a successful black person, and if they see they got access to them, they just do a hater move. They just do some kind of hater move. But it seemed like some real hater stuff trying to run up on dude like that. Yeah? Top Shelf Performance, 707 Group. Okay. But yeah, what did I say? TS? Okay, no, I said no. It's TSP. TSP, 707 football team. Okay. All right. 707 Group from Atlanta. Man. So yeah, that's what it is, man. We got a lot of haters out here in the streets, dude. And a lot of these new cats try to come up with the BS, and we got a lot of dudes, again, who got that feminine disposition, a very feminine spirit. And when they see a man who's handling business, who's successful, instead of getting around that man and soaking up game, dudes want to sit up here and get some clout by trying to jump the cat. It just, yeah, you don't get no clout for that. You don't get no clout for being a goddamn hater, because that's a hater move, man. That's some real hater nonsense. And we got too many people with that hater spirit and that hater gene in the community. Speaking of hater, Wendy Williams. Did y'all see Wendy Williams? There's a documentary about her, and a lot of people are feeling kind of bad about Wendy Williams. Because Wendy Williams, she got like some kind of dementia. She's down bad right now. And it's a sad look. And I'm not going to play the clip. There's a clip of Black China talking to Wendy Williams, and Wendy just kind of seems out of it now. Like she's not herself, and I think she's losing her memory. So she's in a very bad space. She's in a bad space right now, and a lot of people feel sorry for her. And there's some people who are like, oh, this is horrible. And then there's some other people who are like, well, damn, is this a form of karma? Because, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what people are saying. Wendy Williams was known for years dumping on people, putting people's business out there, putting false business out there, putting rumors out there, going in on people. She made that her whole MO, going in on people. Yeah? And now that she's down bad, you know. Luckily, people ain't really going in on her like that. But a lot of people are saying it's a karmic thing. I don't know. But it's, you know, I don't want to see anybody down bad. I saw people kind of criticizing Charlemagne because I know they talked about Wendy's condition on the Breakfast Club, and you know, Charlemagne, said his piece. Hey, hope she gets better. You know, whoop de whoop. He didn't say, he was pretty neutral about it, and people were criticizing him because they were like, Wendy Williams was his mentor. Charlemagne got started with Wendy Williams. I don't know if things went left or whatever, but they were critical of him. I don't know what the false outrage was. I don't know if they wanted him to speak more highly of her. Yeah, I don't know if he should do that. If they had a bad falling out, I don't know. I don't know what their falling out was or if there was a fallout, but you can't force anybody to say things about somebody just because they worked with them at one point. If things went bad, shit might have went bad. You never know what a person's relationship is, But man, you should say some kind words. Now you don't know what that relationship was. Yeah. Just like with the Ghetto Boys. Shout out to my brother Willie D and Scarface. And when Bushwick died, Willie D, I don't think Willie went to the funeral. And Willie kept it a buck. He was like, hey, I didn't go because, me and Bushwick really didn't rock with each other like that. Yeah, we were in a group, but me and Bushwick, we didn't really mess with each other like that. He kept it a buck. Yeah, people trying to criticize Willie for not going. Yeah, him and Bushwick were just on some, they kind of clashed. So I get that. So, y'all clash. I ain't gonna sit up here when the brother died, go to the funeral and be fake. Willie kept it a buck. You got to respect that. They didn't get along. There was a lot of stuff that was going on with them. Yeah. Hey, man, by the way, Willie has told me some funny ass Bushwick stories. Man, that can be a show within itself. Willie has told me some funny ass Bushwick stories, dude. Some of the stuff they were into. Yeah. You said Face and Willie kind of fell out? I hope they didn't. And shout out to Face. Face is going on tour. He's doing like what he did on the Tiny Desk concert with the acoustic thing, which is a phenomenal idea. When I saw them do that, I'm like, they need to take that on the road, and that's what they're doing. He's going on tour because that was a great set and it looked good. Yeah, I think did Bushwick pull a gun on Willie? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Willie has said that can be a show within itself. Willie telling Bushwick stories. What happened with Face and Willie? Did they fall? I gotta call them and see what's going on with that. Lord, I gotta see what's going on with that. But yeah, one time Willie told me that they were out here in LA somewhere and some chick set Bushwick up. I might have to let Willie tell it. Willie told me, I'm in the car dying laughing, Willie telling me this shit. Some chick set Bushwick up. And Willie had to go get it. Out here in LA, it was something. I might have to let Willie tell the shit. And I think they took Bushwick's clothes, or they took his clothes, took something. I think some chicks robbed him. Poor boy. Yeah, shame on the women who did that shit. How you gonna rob a little person? But Face told me he was at a hotel somewhere. He had to go to the hotel and get Bushwick. Bushwick sitting there like, Willie, they got me, Willie. It was I gotta let Willie tell it. When he was telling me this shit, I'm dying. I gotta let him tell it. But yeah, I gotta find out, see what's going on with him and Face. I gotta see what's happening because those are my brothers, so they gotta be right, man. They gotta get it right with each other. Yeah, did they take his little clothes? Like, I know they did. What the hell are they going to do with his little clothes? Give it to their kids? Man, what are they going to do with his little bitty clothes? Man. Yeah, man, they got little Bushwick, man, and did him wrong. I mean, you know, I got my phone lines ringing. Let me get the phone lines ringing, family. Hey, y'all, give me a call. Let me see who's on this phone, man. We got a lot of people in here. Give me a call. Let me give y'all the number. It's 818-850-5404. That is the number. Let me chop it up with the family. I haven't chopped it up with y'all in a long time with the phone calls. But the phone number is 818-850-5404. 818-850-5404. That is the number, ladies and gentlemen. Call up if you would like to get on and chop it up with me right now, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see who we got here. Let me see if I can hear him correctly. Oh, where we at? All right. Well, there we go. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Tariq?
What's up, man? What's your name, man?
Hey, what's up? This is Rock Love. Oh my gosh, I'm the first person to get on. I just turned my TV down. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, brother. Where you calling from, Rock?
I'm calling from Chicago. I'm calling from the northwest side of Chicago, man.
My man. Well, what's on your mind, brother?
Well, first of all, Tariq, I would like to tell you that you are a G. First of all, you should auction off that Adidas jumpsuit top. That shit is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Excuse my friend.
Yes,
I'll try not to curse, but listen, I didn't think I was going to get through. I would like to tell you a couple of things. I'm in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tariq. Did you say something?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I would like to tell you a couple of things, if I may, about what's going on that I see in Chicago as far as the immigrant situation. Is that okay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, here's the thing: is that the immigrant situation in Chicago, I don't think it's going to turn out the way the Democrats think, because I don't know if people understand. But just to let you know, I'm on my dad's side FBA, and on my mom's side she's from Panama.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so Panama is close to Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
Venezuelans have a deeper tint than Mexicans and other places in Central and South America. So they come over here. They sort of look like us. They got a little bit of that good hair.
Yeah.
But they look like us. So they're not really getting that white complexion for protection, let us say. Right. And so, but they're here deep, and I just would like to know what do you think about that element of it, because a lot of them are dark skinned with the edges.
All right, let me touch on that. Let me land your plane. That's another thing, y'all. I want y'all to get to the point so I can land them planes. But yeah, speaking of that, that's a very interesting dynamic, because I think this guy was Venezuelan. There was a white Hispanic guy, and I call it for what it is. This guy here, where he unalived a white girl. His name is Jose Antonio Ibarra, and it was a white girl named Laken Riley. So he unalived her. He was an illegal immigrant. I think he was from Venezuela, I think. And his arrest record on his thing, it says white. They're like getting mad because, see, I call them what they are. They're white Hispanics. See, they like to play the denial of whiteness game when it's convenient. No. And for some reason, in this case, they keep bringing up George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. Oh, yeah, by the way, here's this. This is a guy. This is his arrest thing. Somebody posted his arrest thing. He's white, all right? So I wasn't incorrect. He's white. And there was a lot of people, a lot of the alt-right were very upset. I think... And then they're saying that's his brother. Okay, I'm just looking at some of the stuff here. Okay. So, yeah, this is a white guy. He's white Hispanic. All right. And for some reason, they keep bringing up George Floyd. They keep tying George Floyd in. We're talking about, how come There are no protests like there was for George Floyd, and where's the black people? What? So there's a weird thing where they were trying to connect us with this thing as black people, like talking about protests like Black Lives Matter. I mean, I don't even understand what their correlation was. I don't even understand what their correlation was, but he was Venezuelan, the guy. It's always about deflecting. It's always about deflecting. When something happens where we ain't got nothing to do with, it's always what the black folks doing. Every time we are sitting here minding our black business, something happens with them, they come over here to us. How come y'all ain't over here doing something? What's up? Who's calling?
Hold on 1 second. I'm calling in regards about what you just had on there. It's funny about that whole Trump shoe thing, that they're not showing any data of who the buyers are on that.
Yeah.
And also I wanted you to see if you could talk about that. And also you had asked for suggestions for speakers for if you had the rally in the summertime. I would say Ben X.
I like Ben X.
Having that.
Yeah, I like Ben. I work with Ben X. We had him at the Dallas thing. Ben X, real good brother. Him, King Cam, a lot of good brothers, man. All right. Let's see who else we got here. We got somebody from Atlanta. What's up, 404? Somebody from Atlanta. Hold on, we got a lot of. Let me get this person here. All right, let's try this person from 706. What's up, brother?
Hey, Tariq, man, how you doing?
I'm good, sir. Where you're in Augusta? Where you at?
I'm in Augusta, Georgia. But I just called to say Cat Williams was in town Friday night in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
And he made the real call out for reparations, man, which I thought was real cool. And on top of that, Trump was up the street, about a block up the street, had some kind of convention for black conservatives. And Cat drew more people than he did.
Shout out to Brother Cat Williams, man. Much respect to him. All right, let's see. We got look like another. Is this a Chicago number? What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's going on, Flex? This is Al from Springfield, Missouri.
What's up, Al? How are you, sir?
Oh, not much, brother. Hey, I just want to compliment you on your Hidden History Museum and everything. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's similar to the one out in Kansas City where you got the Negro Leagues Museum, along with the Jazz Museum and everything else in Kansas City. One other question, speaking of that, when are you planning on coming over here to the state of Missouri?
I do. I got to get back out there and chop it up with the family, man. It's been a minute, but I absolutely need to go back out there and chop it up with the Missouri family and everything like that. All right. Let me get a couple of more calls. Let me see. I see somebody calling from an anonymous number. I got to watch that. 404. All right, hold on. Because there's a lot of calls coming through. Let's see. All right, we got a whole heap of calls coming through, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks calling. And again, the number is 818-850-5404. Look like somebody from Vegas is calling. All right. What's up? Who's on the phone?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hold on. I got too many folks on here now. Hold on. All right, now wait. Hold on. All right, hold on. Because I got confused. Hold on. Let me try it again. Yeah, I had 2 or 3 people on. I got to regulate it. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, man, this is Jabril calling from North Carolina.
Shout out to you, brother. But you got to kind of wake it up a little bit, brother. You sound like you're about to drowse off and go to sleep. What's up? 310. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up? What's up, young Flex?
What's up, brother? What's your name, man?
David.
David. What's up, David? You out here in L.A.?
Yeah, Culver City.
Did you come to the event last night?
Nah, I wish I would have. I saw the clips. It looked like it was really going down.
Yes, sir. So what's on your mind, brother?
I was sad to hear Marilyn Mosby got convicted of fraud the other day.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was a female prosecutor
trying to put those Baltimore cops on trial. They got her on fraud. She lose her license, and they're going to do Fonnie the same way.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to look into that because I was cool. I met Marilyn Mosby's husband, Nick Mosby, when I was out there kind of advocating for the Freddie Gray situation years ago. That's interesting. Yeah, all of their tools, they're getting rid of them. They're getting rid of their tools. What's up? 857, what's up, brother?
Yeah, man. Yeah, how you doing, man? I'm calling from Boston.
What's up in Boston, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. Man. So Boston is a large Caribbean population, right?
Yes.
And I was born here, but my family is definitely from Haiti, so I'm first generation here.
There you go, suck.
But one thing I could say is there is a lot of things that do happen in the city. People automatically throw in and automatically be like, yo, the Americans, because a lot of the Caribbeans born here, we still got the the swag from here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they do throw a lot of the BS sometimes on just people who's straight foundational Americans and stuff. So I ain't gonna lie too, like lately, me and a few homies who's born here, we've been checking that too. We've been really checking that, like, yo, you know what? Like, a lot of things is wrong, a lot of narratives isn't going right. Like, yo, dude who smacked you is from Panama, bro. That's not, don't just say the Americans, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, a lot of people is on to it, and we on code with y'all. You know what I mean? Don't think it's everybody. You feel me?
No doubt, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. All right, let's see who we got. We got an Atlanta number again. I think this is Atlanta. 419. What's up, man? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? This is Byron from Las Vegas. How you doing?
What's up, Byron? What's on your mind, brother?
Nothing much, man. I've been heavy on the FBA movement because ever since I moved to Vegas, I've been listening to you a lot. So I've been heavy on the movement, man.
Yeah,
I never knew who my grandfather was, right? I found out my grandfather, he was a Trinidadian immigrant.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was like, man, you can't make this shit up, man. My dad did a lot of time. My dad basically got mass incarcerated. So he never knew who his father was.
Yeah.
So we did Ancestry.com a month ago. His dad is a Trinidadian immigrant.
Damn.
He came here in the early 1970s, man. I just can't pick that up, man.
And
I'm still FBA all the way, man.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Now, his mama, your grandmother, where is she from?
She's from Mississippi, but we live in Ohio.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, the mom side is still FBA. Okay, that's what's up, brother. Shout out to the family. Sometimes people look in them family trees and, they might see an immigrant here or there. Now, me, I ain't no immigrants in my family. All of my family is full FBA. All right, but then shout out to some of the people who do have some immigrant ancestry in the family. All right, we got a lot of folks in here. A lot of people in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see who this is. Look like another LA number. If we can get him in. Okay, what are we doing here? All right, hold on. Let me get this LA number in. Hold on, damn. There's a lot of things going on here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what's up? Who's calling?
Right, calling from Carson, California.
South Carolina.
Hold on, I got multiple people on here. Hold on 1 second. Let me see who I got. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see how many people I got. All right, I got.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now, what's your name, ma'am?
My name is Dave, and I'm calling from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay, what's on your mind, dear?
All right, so I just wanted to say that, like, here in Charleston, it's been pretty weird. And this is like the political scene right now with Republicans and Democrats. It's crazy here, and I am FBA.
Okay. That's what's up, sis. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. People are just kind of calling to shout out. Okay, let's try this person here. 678. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? I just called just to make a recommendation, man.
Go ahead.
If you do the FBA conference, all I say is just make sure you do it indoors, just to kind of limit any kind of craziness that's going on.
Yeah, we do it. We're gonna do it outside. It's gonna be too many people to put inside. And it's going to be in the middle of summer, the beginning of summer. So, yeah, we're going to put people in. It'll be outside. Yeah, it'll be outside. All right. Okay, let's see who we got. All right. Let's get 714.
Tariq. What's up, brother?
How you doing, brother? Where you calling from?
All right, man. Yeah. Orange County, man. This is Brother Hurt, man. Hey, look, I want to commend you and Brother Dwan B for putting on a good show last night, man. It was wonderful. Thank you, brothers, man, for bringing the community together, providing a place for people to come and have a good time and, have a safe environment, safe atmosphere, eat good food. You know, you brothers are doing a great job, man.
Go ahead, Herb.
And I haven't seen anything like this since Marla Gibbs, brother. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, brother. Hello? Hello?
What's up, Tariq?
What is that noise in the back, brother?
Well, I definitely took that out. I think it was me having the speaker on, brother. But I turned it off. Can you hear me good now?
A little bit. I'm going to have you call back, brother. Shit. God damn.
Okay, no question.
Okay, God damn. My Skype, the Skype button got to get it together. You know, I'm getting multiple calls at once. It's all over the place here. Let me get one more call here. Yeah, it was some activity going on in the back. Too much going on in the back. Man. All right, let me see who else we got. Some of the women called up. Let me hear from y'all. Because next time I do it, I'm gonna probably have to do the Zoom. Next time I get the calls, I'm gonna do it on a Zoom link. I'm gonna do it like that. I think that'll be more interesting if we do a Zoom link. All right. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brother Tariq? This brother Amir calling in from Philadelphia. How you doing?
I'm good. What's happening out there in Philly, bro?
Man, basically the same thing that's happening over there, man. I just want to basically touch on this immigration subject that we was talking about a little bit earlier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we was talking about, how, illegal immigrants coming over here, we're going to see an increase of crime rate. We know that they formulating gangs and all of that. But we haven't really touched on, eventually they're going to start multiplying and producing children.
Yeah.
And then these children, and once these children are born, automatically, once you're born in this country, you are a citizen. Boom, straight up like that. So even though their parents might have gotten over here with all these benefits and all that, but their children, they're going to be legitimate citizens.
Yeah.
They're going to mix and mingle with our children in the schools. Yes. Now, when these children get school age and become in these schools, they're going to have the same mind state as their parents.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of odd to have a child think significantly different than their parents.
Yes, indeed.
See what I'm saying? So now we got to deal with the fact, not only is it affecting us as parents and in the streets, as we roam in the streets and, trying to go to the store, get something to eat and might roll up on somebody, we got to deal with our children being affected too in the schools.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like, what do you do in that situation then?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, brother. All right, let me get people to land their planes because there's a lot of these calls going on. I'll take one more call. All right, I'm gonna take one more call, and then that'll be it. Because I've been taking calls so long, I think next time it'll be better if I do it on the do the Zoom StreamYard, Streamlabs, or whatever they call it. If I do it better and just have people come up and we see them, I think that would be interesting. All right, let me get one more. Yeah, Skype, it's real janky right now. All right, let me see who we got. All right, we got a 678 number. All right, 678. What's up, brother? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I called and there was an echo before, so I wanted to call back because I really wanted to say something.
All right. Now, what's your name again, ma'am?
It was Gabe.
Is it D? It's D?
No, it's Gabriel, but I go by Gabe, Gabe.
Okay, so why is a girl's name Gabriel? That's interesting.
Why is a girl named Gabriel?
Yeah, is it Gabriella or just is it Gabriel?
No, it's Gabriel. I have an accent over the E to let you know I'm a girl. Okay. My dad named me.
Oh, okay, his name is Gabriel.
No, his name is Marion.
I'm the
seventh out of 8. I'm the 7th out of 8 kids, so I guess they ran out of names.
Oh my God, so what's on your mind, Gabe?
So I did want to say, I live in Charleston, and I actually met the president. I met Biden, and it was weird. First of all, it was weird. But I also asked him about reparations for American descendants of slaves, which is FBA. And you know what his response was to me?
What?
He was like, I spoke about this before. Go and check my record. And I was like, well, sir, you're not doing anything for Black Americans who are foundation to this country. So you may have spoke on it before, but do you believe in it? And he didn't even give me an answer.
Wow.
It was weird.
Wow. Thank you, dear. But yeah, these guys, they're talking real funny. Biden and Trump too. Trump, his Black outreach, that's just as funny. Somebody mentioned that little Black conservative convention Trump had, and Trump is trying to appeal to Black folks, but still sounds racist. It's hilarious. He kind of made a joke about, the light being bright in his face and he can only see Black people. Oh God, Trump, he's trying to freestyle it. The Blacks, a lot of the Blacks, they have a camaraderie with me. Listen, I'm getting indicted. And the Blacks, they really support, they think that I'm being discriminated against. It's really weird. The Blacks. I ate some hot Cheetos. I identify with the Blacks. I eat hot Cheetos and I drink Sunny Delight. I identify with the Blacks. Okay. You're just saying all types of weird, reckless stuff. It's real weird. Yeah. But yeah, next time, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set it up where I can just get video calls in. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the calls. But yeah, I'm gonna get I want to have it so I can get some of the video calls in. I think that'll look better. Yeah, because Skype, I haven't worked Skype in a long time, and this Skype it has a janky vibe to it. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna update that. We're gonna get that video thing cracking. Sometimes, I've been using Skype for so long. Sometimes you just gotta upgrade stuff. Sometimes you gotta upgrade stuff. You know what speaking of upgrade, because I was the weather out here in LA is real funny style. And I'm one of those people, man, when the weather, my body and joints be hurting ever since I was a kid, depending on the weather. I don't know if I got minerals or whatever in my system or whatever, but certain weather patterns, when it's going to rain, it messes with my foot joints and the whole shebang. So bad weather is a bitch for me. And, I would take all of this gout medicine and all of these other painkillers and all of that stuff. And that stuff is horrible for you because that stuff tears away at your liver and it increases your blood pressure, a whole bunch of stuff. And I would take all this stuff and my shit would still be hurting. Y'all like that when it rains? Your joints get locked up when it rains. Yeah, you call it getting old. But shit, even when I was a kid, man, that shit during the weather, my shit would just lock up. I would get pain in my joints when the weather would come around. It was the barometric pressure. Yeah, it does. Yes, that barometric pressure has something to do with that. It expands joints. Yeah, that pressure goes up and down. It affects your joints. Somebody said, did I ever try CDB? Yes, I did. I tried that shit for the first time. My wife recommended it because she had some back pains not too long ago. She was like, you need to get some of that CBD at the dispensary. So, dude, I'm like, you know what? Let me get that. Let me get that. Yeah, that low pressure system does that. Yeah, but dude, I tried that CBD. That shit is not no joke. That CBD shit works wonders, man. I should have been up on that a long time ago. And people recommended that before. That CBD is no joke. It works. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, man, that CBD works wonders, man. That's very good for you. Yeah? It's the connection to Mother Nature. Yeah. Yeah, I got some black seed oil. Yeah. But yeah, that CBD, yeah, it's some good shit. That works. Yeah, that stuff works. The green apples for migraines. Yeah. Do sea moss? The sea moss good for it too? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes things from the traditional medical society, that shit is horrible. You know, sometimes, yeah, because sometimes I gotta remind myself not to be too dependent on the state-sanctioned medical industry because, you know, that shit is a poison factory, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes we just got to go back natural with stuff. Sometimes that's where we got to go. And I try to lay off some of the corporate medicine. That's what I call it. And I try to stay off the corporate medicines as much as possible because, number one, them shits don't really work. And it's the side effects that's going to get you. They get you even sicker. You know? Yeah, man, I was sleeping on that CBD, man. I was sleeping on that because, you know, I don't do, you know, anything with weed and all that. I just stayed away from it. But I'm like, you know, give me the oil or the edible and I'm good to go. You know? HHC, I haven't heard of HHC. You know? But yeah, that stuff is no joke. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes we got to get back to the natural thing. That's how we started anyway. We were natural folk. We were natural healing. We were using stuff that worked. That's why they had to get the root workers up out of here because the root workers were making so much money. I keep telling people that. We were the people who they were going to for medical help because we understood herbs and plants. And anytime we start getting a monopoly on something, the dominant society, they have to come along and say, hey, no. No, you can't do this. You can't practice medicine without a license. You can't. They started doing that because of the black root workers to get them out of the game by telling them, hey, man, y'all got these herbs and elixirs. It's illegal to say you're going to cure somebody's cancer with this herb. It's illegal to say you're going to stop somebody's thyroids or whatever with that herb. You know? So they started regulating on black root workers and making their practices illegal while stealing their formulas and medicines for themselves to synthesize it and put it in those petrochemicals. Yeah. So, you know, we got to get back to that root work thing where we are getting into the herbal side of the game. That's why, you know, I promote brothers like Tahuti and other people like that. Ren's root work toothpaste coming out. It's coming. We got to get the root work toothpaste, the root work hair products. We're working on that. And yeah, the root work deodorant is just taking off like crazy. And if you guys don't have it, y'all need to be at rootworkstyle.com to get your root work deodorant. Rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I did talk about our good brother Eric Mays, and I gave an RIP to Eric Mays. Shout out to Eric Mays. But anyway, let me get up out of here, guys. Let me get up out of here. It's been real. We've been chopping it up like we always do, ladies and gentlemen. Go to rootworkstyle.com to get your root work deodorant. And again, I got to thank everybody who came out to the museum last night. We had a phenomenal time. Y'all got to come on and visit whenever we do events. And just come on and visit on a daily basis. Come pick up some root work there. We sell the root work there. We got the books there. Come on and visit, ladies and gentlemen. All right, y'all, I'm up out of here. Y'all be good. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve to the